What's going on, guys? OMIGHTY back at again with your weekly Rust Skins videos, and today we have a pretty interesting looking store for this week. So this is what the top sellers is looking like. We actually pretty much just have weapons and tools, and then we have one clothing piece. So we'll get started with the clothing, and that is the JPEG road sign gloves. Now, this is a continuation of the JPEG set. We've had a lot of JPEG stuff accepted these days, a bit of armor, a bit of clothing, and weapons, of course, as well. So these are going for $3.55, and the JPEG clothing and armor haven't actually performed too bad. So I think that is a plus, but I don't really think that the road sign gloves are going to have a very high demand, simply because I don't think they look that good. I don't know, I just can't really get amongst the red glove. I know it's obviously just based off of the regular road sign default glove skin, but something about it just doesn't hit with me for some reason. And I can't really get amongst the road sign gloves for this one. But I mean, wearing the entire set together, it does look cool, especially when you're using the JPEG weapon skins as well. So $3.55 is an expensive starting price point for road sign gloves on the Rust store. So overall, I do think that makes it a little bit harder to invest in. And so I do think that you can get them for cheaper on the community market with a buy order. Try and get them for a little bit cheaper, and then you can maximize potential profits if you do want to invest in them. But picking them as a play skin as well, I'd recommend getting them off the community market with a buy order, because I do think you're going to be able to get them for cheaper off the community market than the Rust store. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the JPEG road sign gloves. Alrighty, moving over to the weapons, we have the Arctic Skull MP5. Now, this is a continuation of the Arctic Skull set, going for $2.85 in the store price. Overall, nice looking MP5 skin, but the Arctic Skull set has not performed well, and I do think that is going to be a trend that continues with the Arctic Skull MP5. And so overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Arctic Skull MP5 off the Rust store either, as I don't think it will make you money. Overall, cool looking MP5 skin though, and I always like the jaw detachment when you unload the mag and then reload the mag. Also, I like the ADS with the tempered iron sight. I think that looks nice as well. Moving over to the Chemical Burn crossbow, going for $2.85. Chemical Burn set has been not very good, and I think it's going to continue to be not very good. So if you want to pick this one up as a play skin, I'd recommend getting it off the community market, because you're going to be able to get it for cheaper. I don't think it's going to have demand, and that's why I'm not going to recommend investing in it. Clearly, the rest of the Chemical Burn set hasn't had demand, and that's why they're all below their center store price. One might be like a few cents more expensive than the $2.85, but after Steam tax, of course, you're not going to make that money. Overall, with the Chemical Burn crossbow, I don't think it's a standout enough skin. I don't think it really has anything going for it, to be completely honest. I think it fits the aesthetic of Rust quite well, but I don't think as the Fortnite skins progress, it doesn't really have any demand, and the Rust community, most of them want like the bright flashy skins, so that is the reason why none of the Chemical Burn stuff is succeeding on the community market once all these Rust store, in my opinion. So not going to recommend investing in that. Moving over to the El Diablo pump shotgun. I checked out the Rust store yesterday. So the El Diablo double barrel, I know, is above standard store price, and it would have made you money if you invested in it. I know there's a Python skin. I can't remember what else there is, maybe an SAR or something. Either way, I'm pretty sure everything besides the double barrel has not made money, and I actually think that's going to continue with the pumpy. So the good thing about the El Diablo stuff on the Rust store, once it leaves the Rust store and goes to the community market, the people that are buying the El Diablo skins are typically people that are just buying them as play skins. So the quantity on the community market has actually been quite low for all of the El Diablo skins. So I do think that there's a potential that they could get pumped. They could be market manipulated. But, I mean, there's older skins and stuff like that people can do it a lot easier with. So overall, the El Diablo pump shotgun, besides market manipulation, of course, I don't think it's going to perform well. We don't get pumpy skins that often, I know that. But honestly, I don't think the pumpy El Diablo pumpy is really standout enough to have a very high demand. Plus, there is some quite nice looking pumpy skins in the game already, probably for around this price as well. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the El Diablo pump shotgun off the Rust store for this week. Moving over to the From Hell tools. We have, of course, a continuation of the From Hell set, which is awesome. But they are they're glowing tools, and they're both going for $3.55 each, so above standard store price for weapons and tools. But standard store price for like glowing deployables. I don't really think that should be. I don't think it's really appropriate for tools because, in my opinion, glowing tools are pay to lose. I consider them pay to lose because if you're roaming and you want to, smack down a tree or you want to smack a stone node or sulfur node, whatever, and you're in the dark, obviously you're going to be a lot easier to see when you're roaming around with your bloody bright red hatchet and pickaxe. So $3.55 to get murked in the dark. I don't really think it's worth it. The From Hell set is the name even is really what's going to drive the price of these up and keep the demand up. People are going to want to complete their From Hell set. A lot of people in Rust do love these edgy skins. I do definitely consider these standout skins. So I do see this skin going both ways, but because it's starting at $3.55 each, I do think that it makes it a little bit harder to invest in them off of the rest of them store. And so I do think that you could probably potentially make a slight profit off of them, picking them up as a play skin. But overall, I wouldn't recommend investing in either of them off of the community market as off of the rest of them store as an actual investment, because I just don't really think you're going to make money off of the Hatchet from Hell or the Pickaxe from Hell, to be completely honest. Overall, really nice looking skins, but unfortunately, yeah, the pay to lose glowing weapons, it's not helpful. So not going to recommend investing in either of them off of the Rust store. You can try and invest in them off the community market with buy orders, because I do think that both of the skins, Hatchet from Hell and the Pickaxe from Hell, will still have demand, even though they're pay to lose, because they are from such a popular, successful set. But I think maximize your potential profits, get them for a bit cheaper on the community market, and then go from there. Right, moving over to the Redemption M249. So we've already had 2 Redemption skins, except that we've had the LR and we've had the what was the other skin? I can't remember what the other skin was off the top of my head, but anyway, we've had 2. It was the Thompson, and they are both sitting around like $11 at the moment, something like that. So clearly the Redemption stuff is quite successful. The Redemption stuff does seem to be getting accepted more at the moment. I'm pretty sure Solanosta has already posted the Redemption SAR. Hopefully he wasn't planning on me keeping it a secret if it isn't posted, but it is in the works if it hasn't been posted yet. So $4.25, it is above center store price. I think it's an awesome looking M249 skin, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's an awesome investment simply because of the fact that it's an M249. M249s are a lot harder to get in Rust compared to other guns. It hasn't really stopped the LR, but the LR was the first skin, and the LR is a lot more accessible than the M249. So you can go and buy the LRs from the vending machines and stuff like that, the black market vending machine, and you can get them from airdrops and stuff like that as well. Whereas the M249 you can only get from the APCs and from Heli, so a lot harder to get for the standard Rust player. $4.25 as well. It's starting at a higher price point. I think is acceptable actually, simply because there are other 2 Redemption skins that are currently out on the community market are $11 each. So I think it's actually fair enough if it was another weapon, but because it's the M249, as I said, it makes it a lot harder because it's a harder gun to actually get, so it's going to have less demand. So it makes it a bit of a tricky investment overall. I'd recommend trying to get it for cheap off the community market. If you get it as a play skin, I don't really think you're going to be losing money, but investing in 100 of these off of the Rust store, because they're $4.25 and it's an M249 skin, it's going to be a lot riskier. I do see potential of it going above the $4.25 so that it can match the rest of the Redemption stuff, but because it's an M2, it makes it a lot harder. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the M2 off of the Rust store for this week, just because I think it's a little bit riskier of an investment. Right, moving over to the Root Bow, going for $2.85. Really nice looking bow skin, obviously all themed to be made out of roots. And I don't know, kind of getting like Oblivion or Skyrim kind of vibes, some sort of Elder Scrolls special weapon or something like that. Overall, though, I don't think it's going to really go up in value. I think it appears just from the pictures semi-pay to win with like the little tiny holes. But I mean, you've got like the blackout bow, which is quite a lot better. It's got like the full-on frame cut out in the center of it. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the root bow. I don't really think there's going to be any demand. Interesting looking bow, and I think the idea of it is actually quite cool. Well-made skin, but not going to recommend investing in it. Moving over to the Sanana. This is a continuation of like this new banana themed skins for weapons we're getting. We've had the some weapon, I honestly don't remember, double barrel, I'm pretty sure. Don't know how it's performing, didn't check, but check for yourselves on the community market. I'm pretty sure it was definitely the double barrel. If it's performing well, then possibly pick up the Sanana, but the fact that it's $3.55, I honestly think you could get it for cheap on the community market with a buy order, and then go from there. But yeah, overall, we've got so many SAR skins. I think it's a nice little meme skin, but at the same time, it's not crazy like the Rainbow Pony or anything like that. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing the Sanana skin off the rest of store for this week. And that is going to do it for this week, guys. Pretty weird skin shop, really. Like, it's just all weapons and then one clothing item. So don't know what the go is with that, but hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And remember, have a skits one.
Why?